So this is how you know when when you're in a place that's very into their genetics, their this kind of like his aristocracy. Um, it's when you hear this born and raised, born and bred, and I heard that here my first 5 years, 4 years, and it didn't really like I'm okay. You're from here, your parents are from here, your grandparents are from here, but after a while you realize there's excuse me, there's like an elite culture because when everybody's from here, then nobody really had to work quite as hard to inherit the house or to own the house or to own the car, because everybody's just kind of like sharing the wealth. You just are inherited into this and inherited into a higher quality of life. Like people here are the most, like the wealthiest people I have met. And I'm not saying that they're like millionaires or whatever, but their quality of life for, what we would consider maybe a middle class, person. It's just like they've got everything, and they travel, and they've got a second home, and they, have a bunch of kids, and they own their home, and they have 2 cars, and they, have just all this stuff. And I mean, I'm not begrudging them their possessions, but when everybody has all these things, then they expect you to have all those things. And growing up in New York City and being a bit of a free spirit, bohemian type of person, I just didn't acquire all the trappings of the, what you're expected to have. And also, I just never had the opportunities, even though I did try. And I've got to say, it's been the most soul-crushing thing to find that just because I haven't learned how to drive, that it's kind of like a liability, or not even a liability. It's it's like a bad thing that I, didn't choose to pollute the planet. Not to say that everybody who's driving is polluting the planet, even though technically you are, and it drives me crazy because friends now are like, don't shame me for this or that and the other thing. But then the next breath that somebody's talking about global warming, or they're complaining about Trump, and it's like it's insane. Like people are being so immature and hypocritical and unconscious about it. Anyway, I digress. Anyways, I just I am looking for a place that values people based on their merits and not their bloodline, and that's what Missoula is about. It's about this bloodline. And I mean, even if you're from like a different part of Montana, you're not even good enough as the people who are from Missoula. And of course, I am painting in broad strokes. Yes, there are a few really nice people in Missoula that like you for just who you are. But I'm talking about like the greater kind of mentality, this like thought form here of born and raised. And yeah, and it's just, and I'm angry. Yeah, I'm angry because it makes it like, if you're like, it's as if people, when you're trying to cross the street, when you're trying to cross a driveway, when you're trying to just even be in the grocery store, people are looking at you and not just stopping like any normal human being will. They're looking at you, and if they like you, if they even, if they recognize you, okay, then they'll be a decent person. But if they don't know you, if they don't like you, they're not going to let you cross the street. They're not going to let you cross the driveway, and they're not going to let you like walk around the grocery store comfortably. And it's like there's this weird self-consciousness, like people here want you to just like adore them or something like that, and like treat them like they're something special. And I guess like maybe because they're spending a lot of money, and so they're just used to customer service from everybody. And I'm just minding my own business. So anyways, like Missoula gets a lot of press in magazines about how great it is, and I just want to tell you, don't move here. If you're not from here, don't move here. There's better places, more accepting places. I mean, I have friends who have known people who have moved here, who have left, and I've had friends here who tried to commit suicide. I have friends who have disappeared. I don't know if they're still alive. And I've lived a lot of different places. I've lived in New York, San Francisco, Portland, Philadelphia, and like I've never had so many people just kind of fall through the cracks and just be so messed up as in Missoula. I even lived in Alaska, and people are really messed up in Alaska, but I would say Missoula beats them by a mile. Just in terms of this huge denial. Like, people in Alaska know they're messed up. Missoula, they do not know. And like I keep on saying, the biggest river that flows anywhere is in Missoula, and it's called denial. Thank you.